Hey guys, after a long time, just a second. Hey guys, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. It's lagging a lot, my PC is lagging a lot. Just a second. I don't know how, but can I overclock my PC? That would be fantastic, I think so. Oh man, why is it lagging so much? I don't know. Alright, that's pretty good. Here we have our code base. We'll do git commits, right? Yeah, it's back and running, I think so. Alright, we are back and running, back in business. Alright, guys, so I was out for at least like 20 days, right? And I'm back now, but I'm focusing more on right now, like, I had previously worked on a thing which was Audiplex. So, but that project didn't really work out well. I did a lot of things, right? Like from building it from scratch to deploying it out there in Firebase and the Google Cloud deployment completely, and the auth and everything. And from that, having a landing page, doing not 50, I think so 10,000 emails, and almost 2,000 LinkedIn messages. Actually, not that's not the numbers. I think I just did 1,000 LinkedIn messages. That's it. After that, trying things, I didn't saw any, kind of uh, that good response, because it was the thing, like, markets are not the thing, right? Like the thing was that I used to sell video editing services at a good premium, which was $700 a month. So what happened was that I thought that you know I was really interested in this finance thing, right? Like, no, who was not, right? Like, I was before that I was a trader, right? I was an option trader, and I did the thing which everyone does, lost. And to recover that, I become a video editor, and so from video editor, I thought to go back into finance as a SaaS product, a AI agent SaaS product, right? AI agent solution. And my thinking was that the Bloomberg terminal pays around $20,000 a year to actually have their services for one person. So I thought we'll keep the rate lower, in the ballpark of $100 to $200 a month. But I saw that SaaS aren't the way you think about it. That SaaS isn't as simple as freelancing. Freelancing is simple. You have a skill, you sell it to client, that's it. You can charge X number of amount, right? Like if someone believes in its core skills, he can charge $2,000 also. If someone doesn't, but is a good at sales, and could manage to get someone an average result from his standpoint, but from the client standpoint, it is a good result. So you can also charge around $1,000. And if someone has less confident and have just been starting, you can charge $500 easily. But the thing is that with SaaS, you don't have that margins. You have cloud computing costs running on your back end. You have API cost and everything. Uh, and also, to acquire a SaaS client, B2B client in the finance section is really difficult, right? Like you have to, someone told, someone told me that the first client or first, you know, customers could take you around 18 months, right? 18 months. So from that point, I was a bit, dicey about the thing, and then I applied for YC also, and they rejected me as they should have. Even I would have done it, but they didn't give me a reason. But I reached out to someone there, and I shared him the link and everything, my application. Then he gave me a feedback that your your experience was in video editing, and you went into finance without a co-founder who is into finance or as an analyst, without industry knowledge, without the connections, without being into the US, you would have never cracked it. So I left that, but that was a strong thing, right? So I'm thinking about to open source that. So from now onwards, I'll be working on this as always, but I'll be working on open sourcing my Oriplex thing here only. But one thing has happened with this video editor agent is that it has really, became late. Sorry, I have been working on this really slow, right? Till now, I should have released something. So now I'll be focusing on releasing it anyhow, and then I'll just try to strengthen one side of it, right? Maybe I think so. It's probably, I don't know, like what could it be? I'll try to strengthen its maybe emotion graphic side, and then kind of upload that video quickly. Uh, I'll try to strengthen its one specific thing which it can be good at, and then I'll release this. So yeah, that was my description about the things. What's going on? Hey man, if you're watching, drop a comment. I'm here. We can have a chat. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I'm building a AI native video editor, and I've come a little bit further. We have this caption studio, right? Here we have really good captions. Here we have some modern captions working nowadays on Instagram, and all of them good ones. And we have other caption studio standard one, which is very famous captions, captions, and they all work really well. And also we have a motion graphics tool, right? It can generate motion graphics at just one button, and also we will have a prompting system where you can prompt which kind of motion graphics you want, and it just does it for you. And we have we have two open source libraries. One is Remotion, and other is from Agent, I think so. They're really good at motion graphics, but if you tie them up with a coding agent just like Codex or you know I think so Plot Code, it works much more better. So we are trying to add the open code below that to actually plan the motion graphics, and we are giving some custom assets, right? It These tools like Remotion and the other one, they're just kind of they just generate React elements and just kind of animates them. That's it. So if we provide some good you know objects, elements, and better logic, it could actually be much better. Drop something in chat. What do you think about it? I'm here to answer. And also, we are trying to create a background switcher where it's like it will replace the background. Not just that, but also it will kind of get the face lighting well, and it will generate a AI image, right, from Nano Banana or so. And what it will do is that is it will just replace the character in that image, because the character aren't really consistent always, right? So if I could show you, oh man, I think it's slightly laggy, I would say. Somewhat level of this, right? We'll use this Wang model below it. The cinematic caption isn't working really well. It's just appearing at the one side of the person, as you can see. The other side is completely gone, and it is not using the character mask feature at all. I can identify my by myself. It just uh, presetedly, putting the text there, and I didn't saw, but I was using the uh, GPT 5.4. What do you guys think about the GPT 5.5 launch? I was curious a bit. I think it's a great coding model, and OpenAI could get their lead back if Mythos didn't. I think if it does not get released till December of this year, and but the OpenAI's that's Supta, or that kind of, I don't know, it's their code name, that model gets released uh, before that, and it's pretty good, then I think so. OpenAI will officially get their lead back. And also a lot of problems with the Codex app, uh, Cloud Code, right? Their subscription, their $200, the max plan. I mean, that is getting a rate limit. So there are a lot of problems with Cloud. Their models are pretty good, not a doubt, but their rate limit and everything is, pretty depressing. I mean, I switched from uh, Cloud Code to Codex. Drop anything in live chat. I'm here to answer. We can have a chat. All right. The people who are watching, drop in live chat where you from. I'm from India. Drop where you from. Hopefully my voice is audible. I'm trying to get the best features to people. Alright, so this one, you can see that yeah, some problem to select it out. Alright, so we'll describe what kind of image we want. So it's pretty interesting that, what it does is, like, it just animates it like there's an image. On top of it, it just puts its mask right above the person, and the person mask is just its hands and its face. It puts that on the top of the image, and then that the whole image and that mask is animated really well how the person was with the reference image. But we can do relighting, and so I think that's the point where studios will be slightly, at the edge of getting replaced. It haven't yet masked or cut out the thing, but will first generate somewhere. Guys, make sure to drop a like or comment. Right, so I have a prompt, I'll just try. Sorry, I will generate an image. Drop any feedback, drop anything, guys, come on. So it's generating the image. We want to allow different production to select the samples. Comes process order. Good. The Codex app theme is over the top, I would say, right? You can see its appearance. Can you see this slight level of fade in white? Really good. Their themes so premium, and with the Windows app. Their design team is probably from Apple. I can say that. Which one do you like? Which one do you think is good? Which theme looks really good? Drop in the comment. Are you guys from India? Are you guys from US or Indonesia? Drop it here in the chat. बोलो तो मैं हिंदी में बोलूँ. I was never buy those Amazon basic headphone. They're too big and too tight in the sense, right? Like here you have a buckle to expand it or contract it, but in the sense like it's really tight, right? It's really you can understand. My AirPods were kind of missing, so that's why I'm using it. As you can see, this it masks its asset, right? It has the cutout thing also. It has the source cutout white mask. It is called white mask, but it's originally is a alpha mask. Oh my god, that's it's really bad, but it's okay. We'll try. you can still see that it just renders the text at the left side of the image, like left side of the video, not at the right side, because it's not actually masking the subject. It's just pretending it to do so. Could you add a backend log there so I can actually tell you what's happening, what's not? Here you can see the error. Just to say. Alright guys, I'll call it a day. We'll end this here. I'll probably will be working this off the stream and uh, trying to get this thing completed really well. And in fewer days we'll probably launch its V1 or MVP and try to get some users and mainly the user feedback. We won't charge for the tool. It would be probably free for I think the first 100 users who will agree to give a feedback after a certain level of use, right? Like 5 hours on the platform and some videos edited. They can give a probably a kind of a feedback, and we can probably make it much more better, and you know try to get this thing completed really well. For context, I was a video editor previously, so I understand what video editors need, and I'm aiming to make it as a vibe editing tool. But I'm trying. I was like, as you can see here, I was trying many feature at once. Uh, Here, you can see that one is analysis. So the analysis plan was that it will likely use a Meta's new model, which is a brain mapping model, which is like, we can upload a video in it and it will give the signal which part of the brain triggers what kind of emotion after seeing that video. Right, so it was a pretty awesome thing, but we had some issues with deployment of that model, but we'll try to improve that well. And the second thing is switch Y. Switch Y is inspired by switch X. Switch X is a kind of a model which has the capability of completely getting the real VFX studio type, image, that video, uh, real studio level VFX done in a video, right? Like replacing this subject, removing its background, and let's say here you can see that it has a white background, but when I switch it into a dark background, it won't match it really well, and it will have some annoying edges at the subject. So the switch vibe would be able to do it seamlessly, really well, right? And I was working on the switch wire to background remover improvement, like improving it, like from the standpoint of improving it from the standpoint of audio and color grading, right? The audio and color grading getting improved by itself. That was also a thing I was working on, and everything is really basic level. AI is not involved in the process. These are just the libraries which are getting set up slightly better than the original ones. And I was thinking that after setting all things up, I'll on the top of that we'll add an agent which can pick everything, right? Like this remotions captions. Here you can see that it has so much of fonts, so much of variables to play with, but to get the maximum best outcome for the video. So presets, improving slightly presets, and so everything is here, right? Also the motion graphics, you can understand that it has everything to play around with. Generating motion graphics, motion graphics, these all things are available to work around, right? So I was just trying to think that let's set up this all first, and then probably add an agent on top of it. Because of that thesis, the launch, or MVP, got slightly delayed a lot. But I won't make that mistake further. I will quickly try to complete this thing fast, and then launch it, get user feedback from 100 users, and then work on a absolutely real project, absolutely real thing. And from there, we'll try to scale it out. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll likely see you tomorrow. Keep building, keep working. See you then. Bye. Alright, so I didn't really end this stream. Someone has asked in the chat that, hey bro, what are you working on? So let me give you some brief about the project. So I'm working on a AI video editor, which can actually edit video really well, uh, like a proper video editor, right? I was a video editor by myself, and I used to edit videos. So I have a good knowledge of what clients and creators want. So I'm trying to create a AI video editor by myself, and so what I'm doing is that laying out the foundation and the tools to play around with for the AI, right? Like AI has to play around with the things, right? Like the presets and the kind of color grading and everything, right? Like this kind of maybe motion graphics, right? So it's really basic right now. You can see that it has so much of problems here and there, right? Unnecessary things coming up, overlapping things, right? Like you can see this. It looks really awful, but uh, just laying out the foundation, right? The motion graphics tool. So I have a really good plan to fix this. To put a actual kind of a, yeah, it does. So you know uh, it's like adding a coding open code kind of a coding tool below it. So if I'll I'll give you a really good experiment to play around with. uh, you should just open Cloud Code or Codex and add a plugin called Remotion, and then tell it to edit a video, and it will add really good motion graphics, right? Like from normal Remotion, if you plug that with the Codex, it will work really well, rather than like if you just plug in with a model, like let's say you put the best model also, it will give really average output like this, right? Like this one, right? Some mistakes and so, but if you add the Codex, like plug it with the Codex, it will work really well. So we we have a open source coding tool called open code. So the plan is to put that thing below it, and then let it build really good motion graphics, and add some assets. Like, to be honest with you, I have a really big asset library. I'll just show it out to you. uh, all right, so here I have a really big asset library where I have around 200 GBs of assets. So the plan is to put this into the system and let the AI pick best thing out of it, and then create a really good video. That's the overall plan for the thing. All right, and in the process I have this pretty till now, right? I've reached till this basic motion graphics thing set up, the normal kind of captions, and some of the captions which you might see right now online, right, like the cinematic captions, that has been set up. Improvement have been set up, and the switch Y thing has been set up. Like switch Y is a kind of a thing, like here let's say I have to replace the background and change the theme of the video. I really can't, right? Like if I'll replace the background, it will have the unnecessary edges around it. No one has a, like, not everyone has a green screen at, at the back of them to replace its background, right? And then also if I have a green screen also, let's say I put a beach behind me, so the subject here won't have any changes, right? So like if you are really shooting this on the beach, you'll have the sunlight and some sort of better lighting. So that's a really big problem. So I'm thinking about to solve that by, generating a AI image and then putting motion on the top of it, and just like that, just completing the concept, right? Like from the switch Y to this motion graphics, covering everything, and then putting a AI on top of it. That's it. That's the plan. Let me know what do you think about it. Eon Max One. Thanks for joining the stream. Tell me, what do you think about it? Thanks, man. What are you working on? Yeah, man. Just stay tuned with me. Uh, we'll work together on this, right? You can subscribe to the channel. Every day we can become live at around 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. And at the same time, you can join with the stream. You can share your suggestions. I can learn from you. You can learn from me. All right. So all right. So it's like I put a raw food on the table, right? Like anything like potatoes or you know cabbages, chicken, and I just click a picture of it, and it will just suggest me recipes, right? That's really great. I think you should just quickly just get that to the App Store or Play Store, and for marketing, you can obviously do UGC content, right? Like, uh, you can make Instagram reels, and that's really good. Anti-gravity, Firebase, and Xcode, right? Like, oh yeah, right. That's really good. Like, if you want to use, I think so. Anti-gravity, I used it for like around 3 months, and then I stopped using it because it it now has a lot of rate limit issues. So one thing you could do is that is use this codex. I'm using it since a month, and I've been like twice faster with this than anti-gravity. And you can it has like if you create a new account, new email account, you get 1 month free trial, and then that ends, you can create a new email account and get another trial. Me too, man. I can learn from you also. Optics just works like you upload a video, right? Here you upload a video, then you have these all options, right? Right. It's really in the beginning phase, right? Like, uh, right now I'm just laying out the foundation, the tools, and everything. Now on top of it, you'll have a kind of AI agent, right? Like agent AI system, which will handle everything. And at the end of it, it will mostly look like this only, the codex thing. But the difference would be like anti-gravity only. It will have the sidebar, and in the middle you'll have the video, and at the below that you'll have the timeline where the things would be laid out. And with just a sidebar chat interface, you can edit your complete videos like a pro editor, right? And you'll have the templates also and everything, just like vibe editing, like just vibe coding. You said that all AI, right? Everything AI does it for you. Same way, video editing will also happen. How far have you came with the app, right? Like, I think you should launch it as quick as possible, right? Like the feedback you will get would be extremely helpful to get the features with it, right? Like maybe you could add a DoorDash plugin or a Zomato plugin or that kind of thing also to not Zomato, right? Like some uh, delivery app plugged into it that you have these raw material, something else is missing out of the picture, right? Some spices, some other things, and you can just order it. You can just say order this thing, and it just connects with the plugin and orders that thing. Where are you from, by the way? Okay, from where? Egypt. That's really interesting place. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it could be right. Like before making $1 million, we pay $1 million. That would make sense. We'll find a way around. I'll probably start coding by myself. Yeah, man. That's why I picked the project and just gonna be more focused with this thing. And I see a really good opportunity forward. And like a lot of them has tried to do this, but they haven't really cracked it because what they I mean, I've seen a lot of YC startups who are trying to solve this, but what they fail on is that they try to literally develop a model for it, right? And developing a model is really expensive. And if you look at AI, the text thing got cracked first, right? Like if you'll see the GPT 3.3 or any level of GPT first, the text model came, right? Because text is really easy. Like if you'll see your document, or if it is a 300-page document, also it's maybe 15 MB. But if you'll see your 10 minutes video, it usually crosses a GB, 1 GB, right? So creating a video model is far more expensive than creating a text model. And when they go for creating a model, it's pretty expensive and it never works. And the others who kind of try to do it, they are really defensive that, oh, we are not a vibe editing, we are just a Premiere Pro plugin, that kind of thing. So if we what we do is, if we put a lot of assets into it, it could work really well, right? Like, put the custom assets into the I would say, like, the thing, it could work really well, right? Like, somewhat level of, if I can show it to you. Yeah. All right. So if you see this PDF, this is completely created by, real stuff, right? Like, not AI generated. It is created with the real thing. And if you'll see the AI version of it, like, if you'll just give a prompt to ChatGPT to create a case study, it will lack a lot, right? So what I did was, these asset, AI could never generate that. I tried it for 15, 20 minutes, but it was failing to generate this kind of thing. But what I did was that, I went into the After Effects, and then, kind of, you know just a second. I generated this asset by myself, like, created the asset by myself, and you can see the result, right? Like, the detail it has here, right? This one having that kind of quality, this two having that kind of quality, that made a real difference into the thing. I don't know why my Premiere After Effects isn't working, but you get the concept, right? Like, I just developed this thing into the After Effects, and it looks so good. So, my saying is the same, that, putting custom assets into it, or, custom guidelines and the, presets into it, so it can create high quality assets, the video will automatically look really well, right? No, we are just working, right? Like, you are at the different point of life, I'm at the different, and, you know we could work together, learn together, right? Like, we miss a community kind of thing, right? Like, you have, if you want to learn computer science, you have such a big community, universities, but, this new wave is coming out, and, building startups with AI, there's less of a community right now. So, if we stay connected together, we can, you know, actually learn from each other's mistake and work towards the success really fast. So, on that note, I'll end the stream for today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Uh, Try to have, kind of a prototype ready, and if you could share a link tomorrow, or, I can see your app, and, maybe give some feedback, and, you know you could work on it much quicker and much better with the app, right? So you can also build something really cool out there. Alright, so have a great day or maybe night. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time.